There he is, Lyndon Arthur, looking like he's either in the Arctic. There we go. I'm giving the signals, looking tough as old fucking boots, basically, right now. Because, let's be honest, top line on this, Lyndon, this is a major moment for you where you can kind of really make a statement next Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so, and I believe I will as well. So, I'm confident, and we're confident over here in this side of the town. So I'm excited to get in the ring and do the business.
You're 29. You're 17-0, aren't you?
Yeah.
29 years old. I mean.
29 years old.
Yeah. For those watching this or listening to this, or reading it when I do a written piece as well.
Yeah.
You might have fought more at this age. You might have done more at this age. Give us a potted history of how you came into professional boxing for those that don't know.
Well, boxing wasn't. I probably in the subconscious it was always going to box, being around it so much, but just didn't know that this was the path I was going to take. And then when I turned 17, 18, Pat come and got me and took me in the gym and whatnot, took me in the weights gym, and then from there went to the boxing gym, and then from there, Brian Hughes, he took a bit of a liking towards me and was like, he can be good, he can box. I want to give him a chance, etc., etc. And Pat couldn't really see it because I was just the kid off the street and just coming in there and just messing about really. And Pat kind of gave me an ultimatum and just to say, look, Brian likes you. Obviously, Pat seen Brian as a father figure and took him through all his fights and whatnot. So Pat said, look, my respect for Brian is too much to let you just come in here and mess him about when he wants to give you time. So you either take boxing serious or you just tell Brian you want to be a keep fitter. And obviously from there, I said, yeah, let's do it and let's try. And you know what, I probably had my first amateur fight when I was about 19, sorry. And then a few years later, ABA's, GB squad, then, the rest was history. We turned pro in 2016, I think.
You just mentioned Pat. Obviously, that's Pat Barrett, and you're also cousin of Zelfa, aren't you? Cousin of Zelfa Barrett, the super featherweight.
Yeah.
And Pat's his uncle, is he, or is he cousin as well?
Yeah, uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, uncle.
Uncle to Zelfa. Uncle to Zelfa.
Yes. Obviously, Pat, who you mentioned, is the former British, European, and world title challenger. He's your trainer. Yeah. He's obviously very instrumental in your career. Yeah. As you say, you didn't turn pro till 25. It's quite unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I started late. Like I said, I didn't have my first fight till I was 19. I wasn't in the gym training at the age of 10 and 8, 6, even some of these other guys that have had, many amateur fights and whatnot. My career went kind of quick in a hindsight, but slow at the same time with regards to the age I got on GB and then the age I turned pro. But I've been pro now around
4 years,
3-4 years, yeah. And
4 years,
17 fights. Obviously, we've had this year. It's obviously slowed me down a little bit. I probably could have had another 2 or 3 more fights by now. But trust the process, and we're here now. My big fight. I'm in arm's reach of a world title. This is what we, as all fighters, want to achieve. I've achieved Commonwealth title. That's a great achievement. But to me, it's a stepping stone, and like I said, I'm in arm's reach of where the pinnacle of the sport.
When you were mucking around, as you say, or they said what were you doing between the age of 18 and 25 then, really? You said you were on the GB squad for a bit as well.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Did you have another job? Did you have another profession? Did you...
Oh, no. I just, I had a few sponsors and from early and I was able to just,
live.
Box.
Just live.
Full time and just live. You get by and be able to go to the gym every single day and just train really and give it what I can.
So in a sense, you haven't ever stepped away and left it alone. It's just it's kind of like you've been focused eventually into it. Yeah.
From I started, it took me a couple of years to take it serious, but then when I realized that, look, Lyndon, you can actually do this, kind of have the word with yourself. Like you got to one ABA final, it's like, can you do another? And then I got to another ABA final, it's like, oh, you're on a GB squad. It's like, oh, well, this might actually be the career that you good at. This might be your thing. And you know, then you take it serious, and then you get to where I am now. I've been on telly. I'm headlining shows. It's what you dream of as an amateur boxer, really, kind of thing, or you know, a newly turned pro. So I'm doing it. I'm doing what I want to do.
This is the realization of the dream. You're replacing Tyson Fury as a headliner against a guy that's already challenged Sergey Kovalev for the world title. It's definitely a big moment, isn't it?
This is what I'm saying, and this is what you know what, I don't feel I'm just speaking for myself here, but I can guarantee that if not, you know, at least a good majority of boxers, this is what they want. This is what I'm doing, what every boxer wants to do. I'm grateful enough and I'm blessed enough to be given this opportunity, and in the times of what we're in, the pandemic and whatnot, to be able to do this live on BT Sports in front of however many thousand, maybe I don't know, but it's, you know, I'm happy, man. I'm making my family proud, and my mum and whatnot, my brother in heaven, and he's looking down on me, I'm sure he's around. I'm just doing what nobody thought I could do, really. So I'm happy.
Who's looking down on you, did you say?
Oh, my brother, sorry. Yeah, my brother.
Can you talk to me about that? Is he a source of motivation for you?
Yeah, of course. I believe he's with me, win, lose, or draw, from amateur. So, you know, it's just one of them things. Is my role model, regardless of where he is in flesh. Spirit is there.
Beautiful. That's really kind of inspiring. When you talk about the progression of you as a boxer, were there any other things that had your interest as well, like music?
I mean, you know, I've dabbled in music, and everyone wants to be a footballer when they're growing up. But
were you good?
There.
Were you good?
I was never there. There. No, I was a defender, but I was never everyone wants to be the Beckham, or when I was growing up, the Beckham and the Cole, Dwight York, and that was just not my thing. No, but I always knew when I was a kid that I was, or even when I was 13, 14, I just knew that I was going to be something. I didn't know what it was yet, but I knew that I was going to achieve. So
yeah, well, you're definitely getting there. I mean, I feel your steeliness. I mean, I know you're probably just finishing your hard sparring these last couple of days as well, I imagine. You know.
Well, I finished my last spar today.
There you go. You know, it's normally about 9 days out, isn't it? And you're carrying your bumps and bruises at this time, and then a bit of mood next week when you cut weight.
You know what? I've been moody for about a week now.
Good.
It's true. It's true.
What are you coming into? What music are you coming into?
No, what I've got a song that I want to come into, but I don't know if they're going to clear it. They like to mess about sometimes, so we'll see.
Okay.
Again, I don't really mind it. It makes no difference to the fight. It makes no difference to what's going to happen.
No, I know. I just wondered. I know, because I know you're a music guy as well. And, you know, you like your music. I wondered if it was grime or reggae or I don't know.
It'll probably be grime rap around that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not allowed. I'm so old. I'm not allowed to say the word grime normally, but you know.
Well, it's of all ages right now, grime and
correct,
and stuff like that. So,
correct.
Yeah.
I think we've all learned about everyone's music in lockdown. To be fair,
exactly.
There's a lot of opportunity. So let me talk to you a moment about you know, we know you've got power. We know you can go the distance. We've seen a range of different things. I think the fight's coming at a very good time for you. He's a great name for you. You know, to elevate yourself. That's not. Yourself notwithstanding, tell me about this opponent, Anthony Yarde, in your mind.
Good, powerful, strong, can box a bit. You know, what you see is what you get. He hits people and they go down.
So what have you got to do to kind of make this your fight, make this your night, make this your win?
Just do what I believe my best is better than his best, and that's just me, and that's just what I believe, and that's it. And you know, not get hit. Try not get hit in the face as much.
Yeah.
You know, gotta keep myself looking pretty.
So basically, what you're saying is, you know, boxing, be smart, all those things.
Yeah, the art of boxing is hit and not get hit. So I just, I've got everyone hits hard. Someone at 8 stone will hit hard if you stand in front of them.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So we just got to be clever.
Yeah. It makes absolute sense. It makes absolute sense. Yeah. And I want to ask you about lockdown of gyms around. You're someone who's benefited from a local gym. You know what it does for the community. I do. I've worked in this sport long enough.
Yeah.
Gyms do amazing things for the community. Did it upset you that as part of the government, without making you kind of like extremely political now, but there was no rescue package at all for amateur boxing in that 300 million that came from the government.
Yeah, I heard
and also
that.
all the gyms were shut,
I just think it's pathetic, really, because, the government will be the first to go on about mental health and let's help everyone with mental health issues and Well, the gym and gyms are probably a massive part of people healing towards mental health and stuff like that. It's a getaway for things, and weight loss for people that might be struggling with that, dietary, and there's just many components to a gym what people can use. Even kids off the street, boxing got me off the street.
Can you talk to me about that? So the final thing I was going to ask you about, without the gym, without Zelfa, Pat, these guys, the influences of other people, if you like, the influences of a good gym, which is just letting you be you, but letting you express yourself, but changing you in a subconscious way. Where would you have been, do you think?
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to be sat here and say I was going to be the next Manchester gangster or stuff like that. But, where I grew up, round
you
there...
just said it, though. But you just said it, though.
But that's what I'm saying. But, where I grew up, round there, I've said it before, normal was... When I was growing up, normal was stealing cars, selling whatever. That was fun. That was normal. Fighting. It's just the normality of an estate kid.
Yeah.
And I'm sure many boxers are just like me that have got out from or come off from an estate, and in a sense, we probably make the best boxers because we've come from hardship. I'm not saying that I was struggling to eat when I was coming up. My mum's an amazing mum, an amazing parent, and she did everything she could to make sure that I was well. But I grew up here. It's the estate. My friends live there, so and they're doing what they're doing, and it's when you're a kid, you just do what everyone else is doing. So but I could have went left. It could have went a lot different than what it is doing now.
It only takes a couple of mistakes. Which estate is that, Lyndon?
Pardon?
Which estate was that where you grew up?
I live in Moston.
In Moston, okay. But that's what I'm saying is those situations that one finds oneself in, and we, a lot, like you say, a lot of people find them. It only takes one mistake or one big mistake, and your life changes erratically, doesn't it?
And it nearly has a couple of times.
Yeah.
It nearly has a couple of times, close to where
I'm sure.
I'm not saying I might be dead, but that's a possibility as well. I could have been. There's situations that have happened. I've lost my friends.
Yeah.
They've died, stabbed, run over, murders. Do you know what I mean? My brother died not 20 seconds from where I live. He got shot. I've seen you grow up. This is what I'm saying. Growing up around, it becomes normality. There's certain people on the earth and in England that you tell them, oh, you got shot down there, and it'd be an absolute massive thing to them. To us, it was normal around here. Hearing about a stabbing or hearing about a shooting. So I get my point is that can happen easily. You can be easily led into things like that. So again, bringing back to boxing and gyms that should stay open for people like me, because it's still happening now. Nothing's changed. There's still kids out there getting stabbed and in gangs and whatnot. And the boxing gym takes kids away from that. And gives them whether they're going to box or not, it gives them structure and dedication and discipline as such. They're listening to a head coach. They learn to deal with authority a little bit better, because that's the problem. Kids don't like authority nowadays. Or since I've been a kid, they don't like authority.
No one likes authority.
Exactly. And that's from school. That's from.
But it's how you deal with it, isn't it? It's learning to deal with it.
And life's about choices. And
exactly.
If you as a child or you as a teenager can choose to go to a gym, whether you fight or not, it can put you in a different direction. Whether it's you put a little bit more into your actual job, whether boxing is a hobby or not. And, you know, so there's a lot of things that the gyms can do. And so boxing saves everybody, in my opinion, obviously, because it saved me. I have a huge respect for boxing. So that's my account on it.
Lyndon, you've been so eloquent. You've also been a credit to your mother, like you mentioned her. It's an absolute pleasure and a privilege for me. I want to say this for you opening up like that. It's absolutely brilliant. You are so on message. Now go out and use those K and O or A to Z, however you want to think about it. You know, I wish you all the best next week. It's an absolute pleasure to speak to you, and I'm happily putting your message out there. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Cheers, brother.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
See you later. Cheers.